Please, once again, welcome to the stage, Director of the Rocket Marching Band, Dr. Andrew Rhodes.
It's indeed a pleasure to be here with all of you. It's a great house. Just have some thank yous that necessary to say. First of all, I'd like to start with the Valentine, the staff in particular, their technical director, Tim Durham. This is always a pleasure to come here and work with all the folks here. Of course, back on campus, thanks go out to Dr. Sharon Gaber, our president, and Dr. Karen Bjorkman, our interim provost. As Dr. Stumbo said, very supportive across our administrative staff. Mike O'Brien, our athletic director, and really all of our UT athletics, their staff, the coach, and of course the athletes with whom we spend so much time at the arena and on the field. A little bit closer to our offices, thanks as well to Charlene Gilbert, the dean of our college, who's very supportive, and of course Dr. Jason Stumbo, who you saw earlier. Dr. Lee Heritage, also a big help. He's the interim chair of the music department. And our front office staff for the Center for Performing Arts, without whom I would be lost. Lori Van Wormer, Kathy Bukowski, Angela Riddell, and Christopher Montpetit. They make so much of my life easier and keep the wheels greased as we go through the year. Our recruitment team, some of whom are here this evening, in particular Wendy Howe, who's the Assistant Director for Recruitment and Events, and Delaney Carnes, who's our recruiter who's here tonight, who also happens to be an alumni of the band. And our foundation team, in particular Amanda Clark, the Associate Director of Alumni Engagement, who helps run all of our alumni reunions, and Tony Marsteller, who's our annual giving officer, who is out helping us this evening as well. And of course our Rocket Marching Band alumni affiliate, who've really been very busy and very active. In particular, I want to thank Kyle Kistner and Ben Pack for their leadership of these last year or so. And I would be very remiss if there's some very important people. I am but one person. We have a big staff who are very creative, who get the best out of everybody who comes up here and performs, who's out there on the field. And frankly, you know, I could choreograph something. I don't know that any of you would want to watch it, but you know, without those folks, I don't know where we would be. We certainly would not have the high quality that we're getting out of all of the students that we have up here. So Alec Blake and Kyle Kistner are our teaching assistants this year. Anthony Lighthouse is our drumline director. Chad and Liz Klum, our color guard instructors. Devin Schroeder and Andrea Young, our coaches of the dance team. Aaron Curtis, our major ed advisor. Jake Cassidy, the man behind the curtain here, the voice of the Rocket Marching Band. The Beta Rho chapter of Kappa Kappa Psi, which is our National Honorary Band Service Fraternity. They're sort of our band boosters here at the collegiate level. If anybody who's in Kappa Kappa Psi in the audience or on stage, would you please stand for just a moment? Yes, thank you to all of you. I also want to send heartfelt thanks to all of the families of our staff, the families of all of our students who we all give up so much and work so hard to make a product that is bigger than just ourselves, and all of our supporters, for you for being here, our donors to the program, and even employers of our other staff. Many of our staff all of our staff, except for me, are just part-time here. They have other things that they do that bring them, you know, we need their time to be released so they can come work with us, and thanks to all of them as well. On a personal note, I want to say my deepest gratitude to my best friend and wife, and my two children who are in the audience tonight as well, and because they sacrificed a lot in the fall as well, and so my thanks go out to them. But most importantly, the biggest thanks goes to all the students who are out here sharing their talents with you this evening, because they're the ones that put in the hard work. It's pretty easy to stand up here, relatively speaking, and wave my arms. There's other stuff I do as well, but it's not nearly as interesting. But you've heard Dr. Stumbo talk about a lot of it, and I've said to these guys and some of the folks who've been around at the end of game days have heard me say it already this year, but this really is, particularly this year, really just an uncommon group of people, an uncommon group of individuals on campus, because frankly, if it were easier, everybody on campus would come do it, but it's not. So it really requires a dedication to excellence that they've really exhibited, and just, it's amazing. As Dr. Stumbo said, that some of those adversity things are what you remember most, our last couple games, we learned that if you wrap two hand warmers together around your valves, that they won't freeze shut. And we also learned how much water your shoes will hold. But there are people on campus who are just as uncommon as they are, because they are also dedicated to something bigger than themselves, and that's all of our student athletes. And as rainy as that game was against Eastern Michigan, and as soggy as we were, and there were a few people dabbling around in the press box and huddling under the press box trying to stay out of the pouring rain, but there was something really incredibly special about the team came over at the end, and normally there are students all around us and they can't really get to us, but we played the alma mater, went into the fight song, and there was nobody there, so the team said, well, the heck with it, and they climbed up and they're in the band. The band's trying to play the fight song, and there are guys with shoulder pads trying to hug them and high-five them, and they're like, what do I do? I just enjoy it, because they were there working and you were there working, and that was it was a big time. So those are the things, again, that make memory. There's some specific uncommon individuals that we need to recognize tonight, and that is our graduating seniors. Our first senior recognized is Alexander Vick. Alex is from Toledo. This is his third year on trombone in the marching band. He has served as a squad leader. Outside of the marching band, he is vice president and pianist for Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia. He is graduating with his BS in chemistry, and will graduate and attend graduate school at the University of Minnesota to get his PhD in organic chemistry with the goal of working in industry as a process chemist. Alex Vick. Alexander Cox. Alex is from London, Ohio. This is his fourth year on trombone in the band, and he's been section leader for 3 of those years. Outside of the band, he's been part of campus activities and programming, Engineers in Christ, Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia, where he served as historian and music director. He's part of the Biomedical Engineering Society, was in wind ensemble for 2 semesters, and varsity band for 3 semesters, and received his CDL and has been a campus bus driver for 3 years. Alex is earning his degree in biomedical engineering with a minor in biology, and plans to get a job in the Midwest and go back to school to get his master's degree in biomedical engineering. He also had big news this fall and is planning to marry his fiancée in the next year and a half. Alex Cox. Emily Dirth. Emily's from Woodhaven, Michigan. This is her 4th year on clarinet. She's served as section leader. She's also part of Study Abroad Association as the vice president, Eta Sigma Gamma National Honorary Fraternity, campus activities and programming, new student orientation, and Kappa Kappa Psi. She's graduating with a degree in public health with a minor in communications, and plans to attend grad school, but is not quite sure and is open to different options. Emily Dirth. Matthew Gullett. Matthew's from Toledo. This is his 4th year in the marching band, all on mellophone. He's been squad leader for 2 of those years. He's a member of the Honors College and is earning his degree as a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering. Matthew hopes to work in manufacturing industry and create new technology. Matthew Gullett. Jeff Hammy. Jeff is also from Toledo. This is his 4th year in the marching band, all on trumpet. He's been a member of the scene construction and design team for the theater department. He's getting his degree in English literature with a minor in information systems. He is moving to Virginia to seek a career with the Smithsonian Institution or the Library of Congress, and plans to attend graduate school for a master's in library and information sciences. Jeff Hammond. Benjamin Karhoff. Ben is from Glandorf, Ohio. This is his 4th year in the marching band on trumpet. He's earning his degree in computer science and engineering, and plans to work in an engineering field. Ben Karhoff. Rachel Kersey. Rachel's from Oregon, Ohio. This is her 4th year in the marching band. Member of the Dancing Rockettes and section leader for 2 of those years. She's earning her degree in speech language pathology and plans to attend graduate school before starting her career. Rachel Kirsten. Matthew Martinez. Matthew is from Paulding, Ohio. This is his 4th year in the band and as a member of the clarinet section. He was a section leader this year and squad leader last year. He's a member of Kappa Kappa Psi as treasurer, also a member of the Physical Therapy Association, and volunteers for other UT organizations such as Perceptual Motor Development and Delay the Disease. He's earning his degree in exercise science with a concentration in pre-physical therapy. He's been accepted into UT's Doctor of Physical Therapy program and will be starting classes in summer 2020. After graduating, he wants to become a PT with a focus in neurological rehabilitation. Matthew Martinez. Chris McClanahan. Chris comes from Oak Harbor, Ohio. This is his 4th year on trumpet in the band. Chris is earning his degree in construction engineering technology and plans to work as a project manager for a construction company. Chris McClanahan. Allison Russell. Allison's from Toledo. This is her 4th year in the marching band with the Dancing Rockettes. Captain for the last 2 seasons. She'll be earning her degree in psychology and plans to go to graduate school to receive her master's in psychology. Allison Russell. Kieran Wilson. Kieran's from Germantown, Ohio. This is his 4th year in the marching band, all on trumpet. He'll be earning his degree in information technology, and he plans to pursue a career as a civilian contractor in the Air Force. Kieran Wilson. Nathaniel Ballmer. Nathaniel's from Archbold, Ohio. This is his 5th year in the Rocket Marching Band on tenor saxophone for all of those years. He's been section leader for the last 2. He'll be getting his degree in political science with a minor in psychology. He also serves as captain of the University of Toledo Vagabond Brigade, a team that is structured around team building exercises and fostering accountability and communication in the community. His plans are to acquire a position via the Washington Center, a program designed to help those interested in government make connections to succeed and then climb the political ladder to the top. Nathaniel Ballmer. Hannah Burks. Hannah is from Sycamore, Ohio. This is her 5th year in the trumpet section. She's been section leader for 2 years and is a member of Sigma Alpha Iota, serving as Vice President for Recruitment, Recording Secretary, and Music Chair, and has also been a member of UT Women's Chorus for 4 years. Her degree will be in electrical engineering, and she plans to move to North Carolina, where she has already accepted a full-time position. Hannah Burks. Nicholas Drozdowitz. Nick is from Holland, Ohio. This is his 5th year on clarinet. He's been squad leader for 4 seasons, a member of Kappa Kappa Psi, of the American Society of Civil Engineers as treasurer and vice president. And his degree will be in civil engineering with a minor in business administration. He plans to find a full-time position with Kokosing Construction Company as field engineer. Nick Drozdowitz. Cody Kirby. Cody's from Mifflin, Ohio. This is his 5th year as a member of the trombone section. He's been the squad leader twice and section leader for a year. He's a member of Crew, the Christian organization on campus, and been part of their leadership for 2 years. His degree will be in civil and mechanical engineering. He plans to get a career in engineering and start a family. Cody Kirby. Orlando Joshua Haynes. Orlando's from Toledo. This is his 5th year in the band, all on drumline, 1 year on cymbals, and 4 on snare. He's also a member of he's president of the the Impact Movement, member of Crew and the National Society of Black Engineers. He'll be receiving his degree in mechanical engineering and plans to work in the manufacturing field as a process engineer. He hopes to stay in Northwest Ohio, but is open to moving if a good enough opportunity presents itself. Orlando Haynes. Jessica Smith. Jessica is from Toledo. This is her 5th year in the alto and tenor saxophone sections. She's a member of the Student Art League of Charge and the Rocket Varsity Band. She'll be getting her degree in Bachelor of Arts in Visual Art and plans to pursue a career in the art industry. Jessica Smith. Jessica Wisniewski. Jessica's from Toledo. This is her 5th year on clarinet. She's been squad leader for 1 year and is a member of Charge and the Rocket Varsity Band. Her degree will be in accounting and information systems and plans to go to graduate school to further her education. Jessie Wisniewski. Jacob Shepard. Jacob's from Oregon, Ohio. This is his 4th year in the Rocket Marching Band. He's been on alto saxophone, tenor saxophone, and now drum major. He was tenor saxophone squad leader, alto saxophone section leader, and now drum major. He's also a part of the professional education fraternity Epsilon Alpha Pi, the honors history fraternity of Phi Alpha Theta, and will be getting his degree in adolescent and young adult education with a focus in social studies. He plans to pursue a master's in history, then teach high school, and eventually working toward an undecided doctorate, hoping eventually to find a career in historical work at a museum where he can take part in the preservation and teaching of history. Jacob Shepard. And finally, Austin Joseph Taylor. Austin is from Rossford, Ohio. This is his 5th year in the Rocket Marching Band, 3 years as alto saxophone, 2 of those as section leader, and the last 2 years as drum major. He'll be earning his degree in mechanical engineering and plans to work full-time as a product engineer in the area. I present to you the graduating senior class of the 2019 Rocket Marching Band.